Saganaki. Wanna make love on the move, dancing to my tunes. Easy too much, it's not too much. I wanna be on fourth list, if wishes were horses. Easy too much, it's not too much. If I want money, me, I do want dance, I got to say. If I want money, me,
hope you all are doing very well today. Welcome back to the Young Black and Independent Show, where we discuss a variety of topics to help young black folks live lives that are spiritually fulfilled, lives that are value added, lives that are less materialistic, and lives that are financially independent. I'm your host, Sil, and tonight I want us to be billionaires. Yay! Yeah, so tonight the topic of our discussion is going to be how procrastination affects your financial independence. I think it's very important for us to talk about it because a lot of us get affected by the things that we postpone, unbeknownst to us, really. We don't really understand how impactful postponing things that should be done now can be on our financial independence journey, which is why I introduced today's discussion with Tenny Billionaire. It's amazing to aspire to become a billionaire, isn't it? So let's talk about procrastination. Procrastinating about learning a new skill, taking an online or in-person course, going to work, applying for a promotion, starting a new business, making that business trip, trying something new, changing jobs, monetizing your talent or gifts can seriously affect your financial journey. If you're procrastinating about these things, be rest assured that you're not where you should be under normal circumstances. Okay? Let me just put that out there. If you weren't procrastinating, you will be better off. Let me just put it that way, better off. What is procrastination, you would ask? Well, procrastination is an action of pointlessly and willfully adjourning or postponing something undeterred by the fact that there will be negative consequences if you do it. So you just say, you know what? I don't want to do this work now. I'm going to postpone it. I'm going to watch some Netflix and I'll do it later. You know very well that the deadline is today, yet you save it for later. That's the meaning of procrastination. Humans deliberately hold up doing small or big stuff. Like when you wake up in the morning, making up your bed, you won't do it immediately. Say, oh, when I brush my teeth, I'll do it. Fueling your car, you say, oh, I think I can drive over to George's place, I'll fuel it later, and then your car breaks down in the middle of the road because you've run out of petrol. Paying fees, you say, my child's fee is due tomorrow, but it's okay, I will be able to sort it out much later. But then your child gets sent home for school fee. You're paying your mortgage. You say, oh no, I have my rent, my mortgage is due, I'll pay it later. My rent is due, I'll pay it later. And then you find yourself in a situation where you get thrown out of your accommodation. Procrastinating about learning a new skill, taking an online or in-person course, going to work, applying for promotion, starting a new business, making a business trip. All these things are, they have repercussions. Okay, they're not things that you can just blow off or do and ignore and think that it's gonna not do anything to you. So these are the 5 common causes of procrastination. These are the reasons why we procrastinate. Procrastination is often regarded as a negative character trait because it impedes one's ability to do whatever needs doing, and it affects other people's trust and respect for you. Really. If you always put work tasks off and you arrive late at work, or you don't turn up for business dates or anything related to your livelihood, how then do you expect people around you to take you seriously? How? How do you expect them to trust you with bigger projects or business deals when you simply cannot deliver on the small things like promising to call at 9 p.m. and actually making that phone call. These things will affect your relationship with other people. Now, the first reason why people tend to procrastinate is depression. Depression is a recurrent and serious medical condition that adversely affects how you feel, the way you think, and how you act. Thank goodness that depression is actually something that can be treated. Depressed people struggle with feelings of sadness, or they may even start to dislike the things that they once liked. For example, if you previously enjoyed your job or trading stocks, when depression kicks in, you just find yourself putting such activities off for later, like, I'm going to trade later, I'm going to go, to work later, I'm going to do this particular task that my boss has given me later, all these little things. That's how your finance is going to be affected, obviously. Second thing is low self-esteem. The second cause of procrastination is when you have low self-esteem. So people dealing with low self-esteem are not necessarily having mental health issues. Let me just put it out there. However, both are closely related. When your self-worth is impacted by too many things for a considerable amount of time, it might lead to mental health issues. But that's not what we're talking about here. Now, the moment you start thinking about yourself as being inadequate, unworthy, I'm so lazy, I'm so unprofessional, I'm not educated enough, I'm ugly, I'm not competent enough to handle this client, it affects your output. Really, you're suffering from low self-esteem. And if you have low self-esteem that you cannot accomplish things, how then do you break through financially? If you feel that you're not educated enough to apply for that job opportunity, if you feel that you're not beautiful enough to apply as an air hostess, if that's your dream, how then do you break through financially? That's what I mean by procrastination is affecting your financial independence. The next thing is guilt. Now, what is guilt? Guilt is an intricate emotion and it can be misleading. It is not a feeling that anyone it is not a feeling that anyone how do I put this? Well, you can feel guilty when you're remorseful. It's not a feeling that anyone likes to feel, if I can put it that way. It's not really something that we all like to feel. Reason being that, when you feel guilt and remorseful, it's usually for something that you cannot take back. I don't know if you know the song, How Do You Use Your Tongue? How do you use your tongue? Do you use it for the glory of the Lord our God? Or do you use it to destroy men made in God's image? The tongue causes war between friends, among families. Among families, friends and nations. I don't know. I forgot. I learned this song in boarding school. So yeah. A lot of times when we feel guilty is because of things that we've said and done that we cannot take back. So how do you use your tongue? That's why I'm singing this song. It's usually things that we say that make us feel guilty. And people who feel guilty often procrastinate because they either don't want to openly admit that they are wrong, or they'll rather, to just say, well, I know I hurt Sylvie, but I'm going to apologize later. And you just procrastinate that you're going to do it later. For example, if accepting culpability for your mistake would amplify your existing feelings of shame, self-reproach, and unworthiness, you're unlikely to go down that route, Rather than apologize to your client, to your boss, to your colleague, to a vendor, to an employee, you just say, you know what, I'll do it later. And this will definitely cost you money. and your reputation and your business relationship and much more. So let me use this example. Imagine a scenario where you're rude to a client and you realize that you've been rude to that client, but you just feel ashamed and embarrassed to approach them and say, you know what, I'm so sorry, sir. I shouldn't have responded to you that way. I should have brought your food earlier. You were right. And you don't say that in the case you're running a restaurant. You know what that client is going to do? That client is going to leave, because you didn't apologize when the iron was still hot, you didn't hit the nail on the head. He's going to leave there and he's going to be a bad publicity for your business. You know what they say about free marketers? The guy's going to damage your business so badly and you will not hit your financial independence targets. That's what I mean by, by guilt, how guilt affects your business. I hope you understand the explanation. The next one is inadequacy. Now, if you are battling with questions like, am I good enough? Have I got the appropriate skills? Do I deserve to have this job? Is my business even good enough? Is it ever going to take off? Can I broker the best business deals? Oh gosh, can I really, become a millionaire, a billionaire like Tenny? You have to be aware of these feelings. A lot of times we have these feelings, we're not even aware of them. And feelings of inadequacy will birth the habit of saving things for later because you don't think that you can do them, you can deliver, or you deserve to be there, you deserve to have it. You keep pushing, I can't do this right now, I need to get this particular thing. I can't. For example, if you feel inadequate to apply for a job vacancy because you do not have the first class university degree that others have, or the chances are that you will miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. How will you ever become financially independent if you don't apply for jobs because you feel like you're not capable? How? So think about it from that angle, okay? The last but not the least is poor prioritization. Now, a lot of people just go about their day without having a scale of preference. You just don't have priorities. It's absolutely important. Being able to decide what must be done urgently and what can wait for later is known as prioritization. If you can't do that, then you're suffering from poor prioritization. The amount of time available to each human is 24 hours a day, full stop. Whether rich or poor, sick or well, tall or short, fat or thin, fair or black, white or black, we all have 24 hours a day. If you're unable to schedule your day and activities efficiently, you will most likely end up procrastinating. Okay. For example, if you run a restaurant business and it's about that time of the year when you have to take stock of your raw material inventory, you have to take stock of your raw material, let me not bring tautology into this, or your inventory, you have to clear out your refrigerator, all the expiry products, you have to restock ingredients for your popular dishes, and you keep saying, I'll do it later. I'll go to the market later to get these spices. Oh, I'm going to clear out the refrigerator later. I'm going to, check for raw food, what I have and what I don't, so I can restock them. And you don't do it. Now, let me tell you the 3 big consequences of such. The first thing is that a customer could suffer food poisoning from expired foods that are in your refrigerator and which your chef may accidentally cook. The second thing is that an impromptu health inspection could happen and it will cost your business a huge fine. And the last thing is that if your clients who are very fond of your popular dishes walk in and it's not available, first thing is that your sales are going to drop because they'll just walk away and say, well, I came here to eat, for argument's sake, Gary and Eru, and you don't have it, so I'm leaving. And secondly, you'll have poor reviews. You don't want poor reviews, do you? Yeah, so I've just told you the 5 causes of procrastination and how they impact your financial independence. So instead of saying not sure, someday, tomorrow, perhaps, not yet, another day, next week, never, one day, later, in the future, whenever, I think you have to start thinking about doing it right now, like literally right now, prioritizing and doing it right now. In our next episode, I will tell you how to beat procrastination, how to whoop procrastination in the butt and kick procrastination out of your life so that you can achieve your financial independence. I hope today's episode was useful to you. I was requested this particular podcast by a student who got in touch via YouTube, and she said that she wanted to learn how to overcome procrastination. Obviously, it affects her studies and her results. So this is not only linked to businesses or workers, it also can impact the life of students who listen to our show. Thank you so much for listening, and please do not forget to share. You can go onto our website www.youngandindependent.com and read the article. There's lots of information on there. You can also follow us on our social media handles. On Instagram, we are Young and Independent 35. On Facebook, we are Young and Independent Community. On YouTube, we are Young and Independent. You should watch the YouTube video about procrastination. It's very insightful. And on Twitter, we are Young and Independent. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and do take care. Bye.